Good morning, interweb family. If you don't know me and this is your first time hopping on, my name is Shakti. I am a lifestyle mentor and a therapist and a mom and a yoga instructor, and I wear a lot of different hats in my life. So if this is your first video and you're hopping on, welcome. So glad to have you. I do chats during the week, every morning at about this time, so feel free to hop on and join me for a coffee chat conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about perfectionism. Really good subject matter. I say that because for me, perfectionism has been one of my greatest downfalls in my youth. It's not anymore. It's definitely something that I have worked on tremendously to be at a place where that is no longer my default. But when I was much younger, it was definitely a default for me. And being in the coaching business, I am a mentor. So I work with other coaches, mentoring them on their business, and I work with customers and clients who are challengers and working on them on their goals, specifically around health and fitness. And more often than not, whenever I invite someone to a coaching opportunity, because I just feel like their energy is really vibrant, they would be a really great mentor, really great friend for someone, really great support system, or I invite them to a challenge group just to start their own health journey and get in great shape, get their health on track. A lot of times the response that I get is, for coaching, I just don't feel like I'm at my goals yet, so I can't help anybody else, right? Or for joining a challenge group, I just don't feel that my life is in order yet, so I can't really commit to a program. Like, I have to do all these things first before I can commit to the program. And I'm not one to be confrontational when I hear those things, because I understand where that mentality comes from. I understand that when you say things like that, you genuinely believe that they're true. Now, the other thing that I understand is that 100% of the time, the reason you say that, it's because you are afraid of taking action, and you're hiding behind this perfectionism guise as sort of the reason why you can't take action. Especially with coach prospects, I see that a lot. Well, I'm not perfect yet, is basically what you're telling me. I don't have my goal body. I haven't organized my life. I'm not someone that I would consider inspiring because my standards are unrealistic and extremely high. So therefore, I can't be a friend to someone. I can't mentor someone. I can't support someone on their journey. And I'm here to call you guys out publicly because I love you and because you deserve to be called out so that you no longer let this be an inhibiting factor in your life. You deserve to be told that this is BS. Capital B, capital S. Your perfectionism is an excuse. It's a mask because you're afraid. And that's totally understandable. Whenever you embark on something new in your life, it's scary. It's always scary. Whenever you take on a new journey in your life, it's scary because it's new. Anything that's new is scary. Remember the first time that you took a job and you showed up to the first day of that job? How scared were you? Even if it's not your first job, even if you've had 5, the first day of a new job, you're terrified because you don't know the protocol, you don't know the relationships, you have no idea how the dynamic is going to be in the job, so you're afraid. Or if you're a parent, the first time you became a parent and they sent you home with a baby and you're like, what the hell do I do with a baby? I have no idea. It's terrifying because you've never been a parent before. Okay? Whenever we do something new, it is scary. But Think about it this way. With parenting, you can't get your life in order to become a perfect parent. It doesn't exist. Once you become a parent, you realize that. There was no preparation in the world that could have made you ready to be a parent. And I pretty much guarantee you that the majority of you are great parents. With no training, with no preparation, with your house not in order, you were fine. You loved your kids love you, all is well. I can also pretty much guarantee that after the first day of work, you were fine. You figured it out, you got in the swing of things, you became an old hat at your job, and everything worked out. Even though you weren't prepared. Life happens like that, you guys. You can't wait for the perfect opportunity to step into your power. You can't wait for the perfect opportunity to start that fitness program, to start making nutritional changes, to say yes to a business opportunity that you know speaks to your heart, but you're just afraid of jumping in because you don't know what to expect, because you're afraid that you're going to have to struggle. You're afraid that you won't have support. You're afraid that you won't know what to do. We all started that way. There's a news flash. We all started that way. I was terrified. I didn't know what I was doing when I first became a coach, but I got training and I had help and I had support systems to help me figure it out. I was scared when I started my fitness program because I had failed so many times before. I had never stuck to a fitness program. I'd never stuck to a nutritional program. I was the classic repeat, fail person. Of course I was afraid. Of course I was nervous. That's normal. It's normal to feel unsure. It's normal to be afraid. That's a normal feeling. But this false belief that you have that once things are perfect, then you're going to give yourself the opportunity to start taking charge of your health. Then you're going to give the opportunity to say yes to doing something that really speaks to you. That's BS, you guys. The perfect day will never come. Life will continue to happen. Circumstances will continue to arise because that is life. Life doesn't stop and wait for you to be ready to jump in. It's like double dutch, you know? You used to jump rope, right? There's no perfect moment to jump in and double dutch. You have to just jump. Maybe there's a little bit more of like the physics, like according to your height and your body, you might want to jump in at a certain point in time, but that's specific to you. But the ropes keep going. The ropes don't stop. The ropes don't stop for you to jump in. The ropes are just going. And you have to jump in and make it work. That's the art of double dutch. That's what makes double dutch so exciting, is you got to just jump in and just figure it out. Yeah, maybe you'll get tangled in time or two, but guess what happens? The ropes keep going and you just figure it out. You just stay in there, right? No one gets good at double dutch if they don't try. If you don't try to jump in and figure out how to do double dutch, you're never going to figure it out. And that's life. If you don't jump in and do something that you know you need to do or you know is calling you, you're never going to figure it out. You're going to sit behind this guise of perfectionism and say that the reason that you're not doing it is because it's not good enough. The reason you're not writing the books is because you're not a good enough writer yet. The reason that you're not publishing your art is because you're not a good enough painter yet. The reason that you're not starting your health and fitness journey is because your life is still a mess, or you have 3 kids, or whatever other excuse you're going to use. Let me tell you guys, there are people that have more kids than you have, messier homes than you have, more challenging circumstances that you have, that do it anyway. I guarantee it. And you know what? They're the ones that see success. So if you are sitting right now in your chair watching this, and you know everything that I'm saying is true, stop putting it off. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop using perfectionism as a false virtue. It is not a virtue. It is hurting you. It is crippling you. Right now, it is hurting you and it is keeping you from living the life that you deserve. It is hurting and keeping you from living the life of your dreams. Yeah, it's doing that. So, what are you going to do after this video? When you're done watching this video, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to continue to sit there and wait for the perfect moment? Are you going to wake up and be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and realize that you did nothing? That the perfect moment never came? Don't let that happen. Don't open your eyes 30 years from now and realize that the perfect moment never showed up. And learn the hard way that there's no such thing as a perfect moment. There's no such thing as a perfect time. There's only the time that you say yes. I'll leave you guys with that. I love you guys. Be good to yourselves. Say yes to yourselves more often. Have a great one.